My name is Leidy Milla Bernasconi. I am a childcare provider in the city of Palmdale, California for the past 12 years. I am the owner of the Bilingual Learning Center, a large childcare.
And why did you decide to go into this profession of childcare, early education?
When I became a mom, I wanted to be there for my kids. I wanted to protect them and be a mother. And the best decision I did for my family and myself was to open my own childcare. At that moment, I was looking for a bilingual childcare because we do speak Spanish, and I wanted my child to continue our language, our mother language. So childcare was the best thing I ever did. I love my job, I love what I do, and I enjoy being a mother, but I also enjoy helping my community in the city of Palmdale.
So you mentioned you started it, because of your children. You wanted to be with your children, and what has kept you going? And of course, now you care for other families, children. Like, what has kept you in this line of work?
Both of my daughters already go to school. So at one point, I was thinking, should I continue, and should I close? But then when you see those children and you see how good they are learning, how good some of them are learning English, some of them are learning Spanish. We got the child, for example, coming from Russia, and in 6 months he had to go to kindergarten. So I only had 6 months to teach him English. And right now, he just finished kindergarten. It was great. In 1 month, he was learning. So when you see your work, it's hard to stop something that you like to do. So I continue helping my community. I enjoy what I do, especially because now parents are able to go to work. I have a mom that finished her career in administration. She's with me for the past 8 years. So it's amazing to see how with your service you can help your community, and that's the reason why I keep going longer when I don't need now because my kids, they go to school.
Before you opened your childcare, did you have experience with early education? Did you have a background in that, or it was just when you started your care?
I studied pedagogy in my country, so I do have a bachelor, but motherhood really changed my life because I wanted to know more about my child. My child was 18 months. She knew it, all the upper cases, lower cases. I wanted her to have a better education than me. So I wanted to learn more about kids, and I decided to go to school. At this moment, I do have an associate in child development from this country, and I will be going to Bakersfield. So besides that, I was a stepmom, so that's something that helped me so much with experience. But education was the key for me to understand more about the children development, the importance of building a curriculum, the importance of building a high quality care in my program. And that's something that I enjoy a lot, working with the kids, learning about them, building projects with them. And the most important is understanding their needs and listening to what they want to learn.
And tell me how you got involved with the union.
I was a follower at the beginning. That's how I started. I started learning about what they do. But when I hear from another provider one time, she called me and she said, "Leidy, it's true that childcare will be closed by June 2023. So at that moment, it was like 3 years ago. I was in shock. And I said, my dreams are going to be closed. I need to do something about it. I cannot just be crossing my arms and wait for somebody's dreams to be closed too. I have to do something." So I reached to the union and I started learning. I start getting together with the childcare providers in my city. We get together once a month. It's normally every Thursday, the fourth Thursday of each month. As a community, we want to learn more, but I wanted to empower myself and be there and represent providers. So I decided to be part of the negotiation team in the second contract, and I was so lucky that providers chose me to represent them. It was not an easy experience because it's not easy to be part of the negotiation team since you need to leave your childcare, you need to leave your family so you can go and advocate for your rights. But somebody has to do it, and I was one of them that represents. And then after that, I wanted to learn more, but I wanted to be more involved locally. So I was elected to be the delegate for childcare owners for Los Angeles County and San Bernardino, and I was just re-elected for the new negotiation team member, and I'm really happy that the more I learn, the more I will be able to support my community because I do believe in the childcare industry.
Tell me a little bit more about your experience on the bargaining team. Like, what were the things you were doing? Were there moments where you thought, well, maybe this is not going to go the way we wanted? Like, a little bit more about the process and what you were thinking as you were going through those negotiations.
When you choose to become a part of the bargaining team, sometimes you want to change everything. That's your mission. But when you get there, you notice that things doesn't happen right away. With the negotiation team and the state, with all those meetings, I learned to be patient. And the more patient I was, I knew that better changes are gonna come. It wasn't easy during negotiation. It was hard because we requested sometimes so much, and it doesn't mean that we are going to get all. But we are there with the mind that everything that we can get is going to help our providers. The sad thing is, you are also the childcare provider, and you hear sometimes calls, emails that they are shutting down childcares. So I was so lucky that I was there at that moment, that I had the opportunity to don't give up. Because a lot of the providers, they trust us for us to represent. And when you are there, you want to change the world, you want to say so many things, but at the same time, the state at the end makes the decisions, and we have to just learn, we have to be patient, we have to have faith in our union, because something that I know is if I only Leidy went, it won't happen, there's not gonna be no change. So when I saw the other members, how much was their passion, that really motivates me to keep going, because at one point I felt that I wanted to give up, because it was not easy. It was hard, but I'm glad I didn't give up. Otherwise, I would never know what to do. And at the end, we made so much history that for me, it's a legacy that I will be leaving to my kids. So my family and my kids, they are able to do this for others. It's so important to start something and to continue. And like I said, to be patient. And that's something that I learned with the negotiation team. To be patient, to be focused, and never give up.
So you mentioned that some of the gains you made were historic. You made history. What were some of those historic wins or that you feel that was so historic in the agreement?
We got great things. Our contract was amazing. At one point, the state said no to everything. But then after the march we did, it was like a yellow flag. It was the most amazing view that I saw. One of the the win that we got, it was the retirement plan. So today, any provider that wants to retire, they will retire with dignity. And that's awesome. I'm not ready for the retirement, but there are providers that are in this field for 20, 30 years. They do deserve that. And especially our new providers that they are coming up, they know that now this retirement exists. So they are willing to come to join us. There is one that is called, that we won, is the enrollment based on the payment based on enrollment, no attendance. That will give providers the stability. They don't have to be worried what happens if this child doesn't come today. They don't have to worry, they're gonna still get paid. The next one was the extra dollars that we are getting each month for each subsidy kids. So that's a huge thing that is helping us at this moment to many childcare providers. Then we have the educational training funds. Many of us, we got already laptops. I was one of the peer coach, and I met two amazing providers. We were able to guide them. Imagine, this is what our union is providing for us. The ability for you to go to school. You are getting $5,000 over, like toward your college, toward your university. Getting your education for free is the most amazing thing that nobody's gonna take it away. I wish this was earlier, because when I finished my associate, I had to pay all that from my pocket. But now we have the opportunity to get our education, and through the union, we get those funds that they are being reimbursed directly to the university, or you can get just a check after you submit your receipt. There are other things that we got, but this was only the beginning. We understand there's more coming up, and I look forward to see what comes for us next. Yeah.
So being a part of Local 99, you're of course a part of a bigger union where there's school workers and education workers in other areas, and the contract that the providers won was kind of came in the heels after the LAUSD strike and the contract they had won. How did you experience that strike? Were you aware that it was happening, that it was Local 99, and how did you feel about it? How did you experience the LAUSD strike from your perspective?
When I saw, I was like, I don't watch news too much, but somehow that day I was changing channels, and then I saw that in the news, and I was, finally this happened. And then when I saw that it was Local 99, that's when I said, this is our local. So it was great, because especially what they got, the results, that was amazing, and that's something that really motivates me for me to be more involved. Not only to take advantage of all the benefits, is to be able to be there to say, hey, how can I help? How can we be strong? And that's something so important that when you see in the news, it's not, you shouldn't just be watching, you should be trying to be part of that. Because the more members we have, the more people that is involved, we are gonna make it happen, another historic thing. And I'm always thinking now positive. I know already how things are done, how long it takes us also to get something that we want, especially in a new contract. But to see the strike was powerful to me. And I said, childcare, we need also to do a strike, but we can't. In our contract says that we cannot, but maybe in the future, if it's needed, if the state has to get a strike, we are gonna follow exactly what the LAUSD did, because that was a great example. And we should be open to, if we have to, and I do hope that all the childcare owners, and that they are united to participate, which participation is super, super important at this moment, and that's why I'm here to encourage you.
or anything else that you would like to add that I didn't ask you, or something else you
Um,
want to share with members?
If you are a member, be always engaged. Find a way. Maybe you cannot be part of the negotiation team. Maybe you cannot be a delegate, but maybe you can make calls. If you have another neighbor that is a childcare owner, check on your neighbor and say, you know what, we are having this meeting through Zoom, or we are having this meeting in person. Bring a new member. Let them know about how it's important to know about the benefits, because we do have a bunch of benefits, but how it's important also to make history, be part of the history with us. So I look forward to invite you in our next meeting to be part and make history together.